In a significant development that could reshape global geopolitics and economics, the BRICS group, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, expanded in 2024 to include 6 new member states: Saudi Arabia, Iran, Egypt, Argentina, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates. This expansion, announced during the BRICS summit in 2023, marks a pivotal moment in the group's evolution from a loose coalition of emerging economies into a formidable bloc with the potential to challenge the Western-dominated global order. The inclusion of these new members is not just a quantitative increase in the group's size, but represents a qualitative shift in its global influence, reach, and strategic capabilities. The historical context and significance of BRICS. The BRICS group was initially conceived as an economic partnership among the world's leading emerging markets. The acronym was coined by economist Jim O'Neill in 2001 to describe Brazil, Russia, India, and China as the primary drivers of future global economic growth. South Africa was added in 2010, turning BRIC into BRICS. Over the years, the group has evolved from a mere economic concept into a more structured organization, holding annual summits and developing initiatives aimed at enhancing economic cooperation, infrastructure development, and political dialogue among its members. From the outset, BRICS sought to provide an alternative to the Western-dominated institutions like the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. The establishment of the New Development Bank in 2014, which provides funding for infrastructure and sustainable development projects, was a significant step towards this goal. The NDB symbolizes BRICS' ambition to create parallel institutions that reflect the interests and priorities of the Global South, counterbalancing the influence of the G7 and other Western alliances. The motivation for expansion. Several factors have driven the recent push for BRICS expansion. The inclusion of new members aims to broaden the group's influence across different regions, enhancing its representation of the Global South. This expansion is seen as a strategic move to diversify the group's influence and to bring in new perspectives that can contribute to a multipolar world order. By incorporating countries from the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America, BRICS is positioning itself as a truly global organization capable of challenging Western hegemony in international institutions. Economic diversification and strengthening. The addition of countries like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, both major oil producers, significantly boosts BRICS' collective economic strength, particularly in the energy sector. This is crucial at a time when control over energy resources is increasingly becoming a tool of geopolitical leverage. Similarly, the inclusion of Argentina, a country with vast natural resources, and Ethiopia, with its large population and strategic location in Africa, adds economic and strategic depth to the group. Geopolitical strategy. The expansion is also a geopolitical maneuver aimed at enhancing BRICS' collective bargaining power on the world stage. The inclusion of Iran, a nation with significant geopolitical influence in the Middle East, is particularly noteworthy. Despite facing severe sanctions from the United States, Iran's membership signals BRICS' willingness to challenge Western-dominated narratives and policies. Furthermore, by bringing in Egypt and Ethiopia, BRICS strengthens its presence in Africa, a continent that is becoming increasingly important in global geopolitics due to its resources and demographic trends. Responding to global shifts. The global landscape has seen significant shifts in recent years, with rising tensions between the United States and China, ongoing conflicts such as the Ukraine-Russia war, and growing dissatisfaction in the Global South with the existing international order. The expansion of BRICS can be seen as a response to these shifts, positioning the group as a leading voice for developing countries and emerging markets. The new members and their potential impact. The inclusion of Saudi Arabia, Iran, Egypt, Argentina, Ethiopia, and the UAE is poised to dramatically alter the internal dynamics of BRICS and enhance its global influence. Saudi Arabia and the UAE. As major oil producers, Saudi Arabia and the UAE bring significant economic clout to BRICS. The energy market is a critical area where these nations can assert influence, especially as the world grapples with energy transitions and the geopolitics of oil. Their inclusion could also shift global energy alliances, particularly if BRICS decides to coordinate energy policies among its members to counter Western influence in global energy markets. Iran. Iran's inclusion is geopolitically significant given its strategic location and influence in the Middle East. Despite being under severe U.S. sanctions, Iran's membership in BRICS suggests that the group is ready to support members who are sidelined by the West. This could lead to a reconfiguration of alliances in the Middle East, as countries may look to BRICS for economic partnerships and political support outside the traditional Western frameworks. Egypt and Ethiopia. These two African nations add strategic depth to BRICS' presence on the continent. Egypt's control of the Suez Canal, a vital global trade route, and Ethiopia's growing economy and population make them valuable members. Their inclusion also aligns with BRICS' goal of promoting development in Africa, a continent that has long been underrepresented in global governance structures. Argentina. As one of the largest economies in Latin America, Argentina's membership strengthens BRICS' influence in the Western Hemisphere. Argentina's vast natural resources, including its agricultural and energy sectors, are critical assets that can be leveraged to enhance BRICS' economic stability and growth. Moreover, Argentina's inclusion underscores BRICS' appeal to countries seeking alternatives to Western-dominated financial systems. Challenges and internal dynamics. While the expansion of BRICS presents numerous opportunities, it also introduces challenges, particularly in terms of managing the diverse interests and priorities of its members. Balancing power dynamics. One of the primary challenges will be balancing the power dynamics within the expanded BRICS. China and Russia have traditionally been the dominant players within the group, but the inclusion of countries like Saudi Arabia and Argentina could alter this balance. Ensuring that all members have an equal voice in decision-making processes will be crucial for maintaining the group's cohesion and effectiveness. Economic disparities. The economic disparities between the original BRICS members and the new entrants could pose challenges. While China and India are among the world's largest economies, other members like Ethiopia and Iran face significant economic challenges, including high levels of poverty and international sanctions. Aligning the development priorities of these diverse economies will require careful negotiation and compromise. Geopolitical tensions. The expansion of BRICS could exacerbate existing geopolitical tensions, particularly with the United States and its allies. As BRICS becomes more influential, it may be perceived as a direct challenge to Western dominance in global governance. This could lead to increased efforts by Western powers to counter BRICS' influence, potentially resulting in a new era of geopolitical competition reminiscent of the Cold War. Internal unity. Maintaining internal unity within an expanded BRICS will be challenging, especially given the diverse political systems and strategic goals of its members. The group will need to develop mechanisms for resolving disputes and ensuring that all members remain committed to its core principles and objectives. This will require strong leadership and effective diplomacy, particularly in the face of external pressures and internal disagreements. If you found this video helpful and want to stay updated on how these changes will shape our world, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss our in-depth coverage of international affairs. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.